Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. We are going to do a small business stimulus update for you today. The Republicans just submitted a new skinny bill, if that's what they want to call it, which I think is ridiculous, but we're going to get into it. Before we do, please like, share, subscribe, share this with all your friends and colleagues. Please watch this through to the end. I've got a lot of stats and a lot of things I came up with, and the blood's only going to boil, so want to get you guys caught up to date in everything that I found out. First things that I'd like to talk about before I get into that is you guys keep writing and saying, hey, you look like this celebrity, you look like that guy. So it's been Michael Douglas, Peter Cetera, from the former lead singer of Chicago, Chandler Bing from Matthew Perry from Friends. I've heard that a lot through the years. I think it's the mannerism, my neurotic nature. But the other one was, the one that's funny, the two that are funny is you're Annette's husband, which I've never met a woman named Annette, but oh yeah, you're Annette's husband, but you finally cleaned up. So I don't know who Annette is, and it's funny that people keep writing me saying that I was married to Annette. And the other one was the Pee Wee Herman thing. I don't understand that at all, but funny. So let's get into the skinny stimulus bill, which again, I think is ridiculous. It's like the skinny margaritas. I think it's stupid. Okay. I think that if you're going to drink alcohol, you drink alcohol. You don't have skinny drinks. This thing is 169 pages long. I know that because I read the whole thing for you, and it's insane and it's completely ridiculous, and you'll be upset by the time I get done with this. So first things first, the first 66 pages have to do with liability, and liability with the COVID shenanigans, and can you sue, who you can sue. I mean, this is bleak. This is terrible. They want to make this so that there is zero litigation from this thing. And so the simplest way that they did this, in a nutshell, is really simple. They're going to limit the amount of damages. If, let me just, in a nutshell, you get COVID at your work and you make $5,000 a month, and you lose 2 months worth of money, the most that you can sue for would be the $10,000. Now, if it was egregious and somebody did something horrific to you and it was intentional, and you wanted to get punitive damage for that, your punitive damage award would be limited to the compensatory damages. So in lawyer speak, if somebody does something bad, where they knew the airbags were faulty, but stick them in the car anyways. How many people use the airbags? That type of thing, where they did something and there's the internal memos and screw the people, let's just do it, and they want to make someone pay for this. That's why you have punitive damages. And again, I know the lawyers are they've already written me by the time I get done with this video. But in a nutshell, that's what it is. And you won't be able to sue. There will be zero litigation. And it makes sense and it doesn't make sense, because people do horrific things to people. People want to hurt people sometimes. And sometimes the only way to make them pay for their bad behavior is with a nice, juicy lawsuit. And this is going to eliminate that. So that's what the Republicans want to do. The next thing is the unemployment, okay? For those of you that are on the unemployment, or, I've helped a friend. I helped a friend, who runs a small business and needed, help. And I finally got it to where she could get it. And they sent her 10 envelopes for 10 pay periods. And she's finally going to get it here in California. It's just taken forever for some people. But that $600 a week, the bonus that some people really need and are really relying on, is going to be cut to $300. Now, the problem with this is that not every state has approved it. California, this last weekend said, hey, we're going to approve the $300. When is it going to start? We don't know. How long is it going to be good for? We don't know. We've heard 3 weeks. We've heard 6 weeks right now. So it's written in the Republican new skinny stimulus package that it's going to be for through the end of December 27th, and we'll see, okay? They want to continue the PPP program that ran out of money on August 8th. They want to give it $25 billion more money in funding. The only problem with that right now is one of the disturbing facts that I just found out was 84% of all the people that have gotten PPP money to this minute say that they're gone, that it's the money's spent already. So gosh, guys, that's a huge percentage. 8.5 out of 10 have already spent the PPP money and are now looking at closing, or they're out of money. They cannot run their business. So, they want to forgive loans possibly under $150,000. There's no promise of that yet. There was no mention of the Eidl loan program. There was no mention of the grant program. And, they want to reimburse loan processing so banks can make a little money and get 3.5% for each of the loans that they produce. And, great. But, is that really the important thing right now? Small business is hurting. They just announced, that they're going to do this funding. They had this emergency funding with the Congress to do funding for the post office. Fantastic. But there was nothing. They flew these people in and voted on this and did nothing for small business. And again, guys, that's all that I care about right now, is getting you guys some money and getting you guys some help. There's a lot of problems out there with this. So $25 billion for PPP and money for the post office. I don't need to tell everybody how bad small business is suffering right now. We all know it. The thing that's frustrating for me is here in California is that, the beaches are now open, but we can't go to a baseball game. I don't understand. Before you couldn't stay at hotels, now you can stay at hotels. A friend invited me to her hotel room, client, do some work over the weekend. I want to show you something I took a quick little video of to show you how busy it was. Take a look. This is beautiful Huntington Beach, California. Lovely night. Everybody's on the beach. You can't make this stuff up. Completely packed. You guys can't go to church right now. Can't go to the nail salon inside. Can't go to baseball game. I wonder how they're going to do football. I'm really curious, because here in Southern California, you've got all the beach bars and everything where people participate and all that stuff. And, you've got games here. Cool thing about being on the West Coast is that, the 1 o'clock games start here at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the booze hounds go out at 8 o'clock in the morning. And when I run at the beach, I see all these people out there all the time. So it's Sunday is a full football day of these people. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But it is just ridiculous that small business is getting destroyed during this time, okay? Spoke to someone in Las Vegas where they think 16,000 restaurants in Las Vegas will never open again. 16,000 right now. If you've ever been to Las Vegas, there's a lot of restaurants. I had no idea there were even 16,000 there, but it's just horrific right now. You've got an estimated 14% of all loans that are in forbearance for household mortgages. That is crazy right now. I spoke to a investment banker today who told me that he has clients that have commercial properties that they individually set up as LLCs, and they're just going to let certain properties go because they can't collect rents from certain people, headache projects, just going to give them back to the bank, and that they're in the active process of doing that. So you're going to see, a retail apocalypse, a commercial space apocalypse. It's going to be catastrophic between now and the end of the year. They say 1 in 7 households could face eviction right now. Because here in California, because one or more persons in the family has lost their job. Now, that's horrific, okay? It's a terrible stat. You've got 365,000 people in Los Angeles that could potentially lose their home, and 120,000 of those people could be homeless altogether and have no place to go. So that is horrible. Another stat is New Orleans faces right now almost 1,000 evictions in New Orleans alone. In the Hollywood area, I know someone that wants to be an actress and be close to that area, and there's close to 1,000 evictions in that area alone that are potentially going to happen right now. 42% of all Black-owned businesses may never open again. Now, when you think about that, that is horrific. That's such a bad stat, okay? And again, no stimulus money for the small businesses. This is going to destroy America. We're going to see an economic downturn unlike anything that we've seen in our lives right now. And I don't know if people are really ready for this, if they really get how bad this is going to be. And, one thing that I'm very proud of is that I've given people advice on, hey, if you guys get this PPP money or you get this Eidl money, take a step back and think about how you're going to spend it and contact your creditors and work things out instead of just spending the money. Because when you hear that 84% that have already, it's gone, okay, and they owe that money and it may not be forgiven, that's horrible. So, but I'm very proud of, I have people that have said, hey, Dan, we're going to wait. We're going to get a plan together and decide how we're going to spend this money and what we're going to do with it. And that makes me happy that people are just taking a second to do this, because the Republican plan had no stimulus checks. They keep talking about it separately, but in the written plan, unless I'm, out of my mind, okay, it's not in there. There is no check. There is nothing for Senate Bill 4227 yet. They didn't even mention EIDL, like I said, and they want to restart PPP. They want to also make PPP for that people, if you have, this is funny, if you've experienced a 35 to 50% downturn in your business, you could be eligible for a second PPP loan. Well, who hasn't experienced that? I have a friend the investment banker, who his company's trying to get an EIDL loan, and again, he applied 2 days after me initially, heard nothing, got nothing, and then, hey, we may have lost your application, you should reapply. He reapplies in mid-July, and they said, okay, well, we can't approve you now because you have 2 applications. So they found the first application. So he says, okay, well, get rid of the first application, which was his mistake, because he applied on July 15th, so he wasn't eligible for the grant. Sorry, we can't give you the grant because that expired on July 11th. If you would have kept your original application, you could have got the grant money. You can't make this stuff up, guys. The other thing with the EIDL money is that this is something people don't understand. The second you get that loan and it's deposited in your bank, it's like one of those 1 year same as cash deals when you get the home improvements or you buy furniture or whatever, and that you cannot, you're paying interest from day one. So people that have gotten these loans, they finally have gotten their first statement and they're shocked to see the interest on there. So the interest is going to accrue for the course of a year and going to grow, and then you're going to start paying on that. Now, you can pay it off early, but it's going to click up during that time. So that's pretty much it for this one. I will keep you guys posted if there's anything new. Again, nothing new on the stimulus checks. Work your plan, run your business, figure out what you're going to do. No one wants that advice. No one wants the advice on how to get the phone to ring. They want the advice on how to get some free cash. I'm telling you, do not pay people right now unless you have to. I have a contractor friend of mine who sells home improvements, and there is huge problems in that industry because of the supply chain and trying to get raw lumber and things like that right now, which is very scarce and very difficult to get and incredibly expensive. The raw lumber prices and material prices have gone up 40% for this guy in the last 6 weeks. I went to the store last night and was shocked at things that, cereal is normally $2.99, now it's $5.99. Cheese is $3.99, now it's $6.99. Everything is skyrocketing, guys. So be ready, be smart, and be kind to one another, okay? You guys have to be nice to one another during this time. And you're going to see family members are going to need help. You're going to see kids, parents, in your schools that are going to need help. You're going to see things out there that are just going to shock you. I have a friend who is a successful guy, and they run help in LA to help the homeless, and it's illegal right now to help the homeless and to feed these people. So it is awful out there, okay? They can't do it, okay? So good luck to everybody. Be kind. I will keep you updated. There will be more this week, and I will see you soon. Thank you. And like, share, subscribe. I always think I forget that at the end, so just tell your friends, okay? Share this, okay? And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Don't forget to join our email list. It's growing by a ton right now, and there'll be some cool stuff to share with you guys. So good luck. I will talk to you very soon.